The uni knot is used in many different situations. Here, we're going to test how well it performs with braided line. As a starting point, the line is passed once through the eye of a hook or swivel. Then a loop is formed parallel to the main line. It is generally recommended to use 6 to 8 turns with braided line. That's what we're going to test. And we'll also test whether a double or triple uni knot is stronger than the standard version. I call this series Knot Science. You might say not science. But at least I can say that I've tried to be as precise and consistent in my tests as possible. For all tests, I've used the same braided line from a well-known brand. This is not a line test, it's a comparison of knots. Even though the recommendation is 6 to 8 turns, we'll start all the way down at 2 to see what happens. In my previous tests of different lines and knots, there have often been major surprises, which is exactly why we're starting with just 2 turns. .03 kilos, 4.47 pounds. That's not much, and it's not a surprise. We performed 3 tests of each knot and used the average as the final result. Let's continue with 2 turns. Two turns give us an average of 2.2 kilos, 4.84 pounds. That's not good for a 20-pound line. We can clearly see that the line is slipping and the knot is not locking. We move on quickly. 3 turns are slightly better. 4 turns are still not good enough, but again, not surprising. 5 turns. We can still see the line slipping and the knot doesn't fully lock. The result is still not very good. But we can see that the strength improves gradually with each additional turn. Let's try 6 turns, which is most often recommended as the minimum. Here we see the knot locking properly. The result is significantly better. There's a clear jump from 5 to 6 turns. It continues with 7 and 8 turns. The difference between 6, 7 and 8 isn't very big. The small differences may simply be caused by the natural margin of error that always comes with a test like this. But does the knot become stronger if we tie a double uni? It's tied like a standard uni knot, but the line is passed twice through the eye of the hook or swivel. We start again with 2 turns and move quickly through the test. It will be interesting to see whether the double uni locks better. The results are better than with the standard knot. We even exceed the stated breaking strength of the line. You can't always rely on manufacturer's specifications. Sometimes they are lower, but in this case, the result is actually higher. Again, it's from 6 turns that the knot truly locks. And overall, we get slightly more consistent results with a double uni. Triple uni knot. This isn't really a standard knot, but we have to try it. Here, the line is passed 3 times through the eye. It's more complicated and a bit clumsy to tie. We can see that the line still slips. We move quickly through this test. Here are the final results for all three variations of the uni knot. For both the uni and the double uni, 6 to 8 turns produce the strongest knot. And overall, the double uni is slightly stronger. The triple uni locks earlier, but it isn't as strong and it cannot be recommended. There's no doubt, use the double uni knot with 6 to 8 turns.